It is such a beautiful and exciting day to be here. And we almost rolled over and started late because there's so much wonderful conversation going on. But in honor of our relationship to temporal time, it is 10:30 in the morning on this 21st of July, 2024. And it is my pleasure and my privilege to say, Happy Dharma Day, beautiful people. I am Reverend Vicky Jeter, your minister for Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter. And our overall theme for July has been Practice Makes Imperfect. That's about developing perspectives and experiences of human imperfections as divine right action. Now, the suggested title for the topic today was Imperfect Practices. And I sat with that and I understood where they were coming from with that. It's literally actually developing practices intended to loosen us up and increase and maintain our comfort zone with ongoing imperfections. And that would be within yourself or within your experiences of life. I want you to know that everything that's expressed today through this service, from going into opening prayer, into the sacred reading and meditation, and the message, is intended to support that intention. And I also actually changed the title of this topic to Imperfection as a Part of the Way of Perfection, because imperfection is not a fact or a reality that we just have to accept and adjust to. Imperfection, or what we experience as imperfection, is an essential part of universal creation and the harmonious movement and flow of life. You know, we very often touch into, how do I get into the flow? Well, one of the ways we get into the flow is getting over the idea of imperfections as a stumbling block, because that's not actually what's going on at all. So in that process, in that flow, there are points and moments where we achieve perfection in human terms, but that comes and goes. And so perfection can be achieved in many ways, but the moment is gone as soon as it came, and we start all over again. So the practices need not be adaptation and acceptance of imperfection in human terms, but setting ourselves free to experience what has been called imperfect much differently. Now, as it happens, today in divine timing is also Dharma Day in Theravada Buddhism. That's a celebration of the Buddha and his gift of awareness of awakening to our Dharma. And that's one's unique purpose, your unique gift to humanity. In the Book of Awakening, Mark Nepos said, each person is born with personal Dharma, an unencumbered spot, free of expectation, free of regret, free of ambition and embarrassment, free of fear and worry. It is an umbilical spot of grace where each of us is touched by God at our origin, which of course is eternal and first cause, but it's always there with us. It is this spot of grace that issues peace. Psychologists call it the psyche, theologians call it the soul, Jung called it the seat of the unconscious, Hindu masters call it Atman, Buddhists call it Dharma, and Jesus the Christ called it the center of divine love. End quote. So this is the wellspring of our eternal oneness with the divine and with each other. So all of this was spirit synchronicity to me as I was developing this service, because Dharma perfectly is a part of today's message. As we go into opening prayer this morning, take this all in, find where it fits for you, and check in to what brought you to be with us today. Our shared intention is twofold: prayer for our country, as all those responsible for the operation of this country are needing our love, our consciousness, and our leveraging in spirit. And it's also to set ourselves free of the concept of imperfection altogether, realizing that it is all part of the way of ongoing perfection of spirit. With all of this and more, opening prayer, we begin with thank you, thank you, thank you, Divine Spirit, Presence of Life, Mother, Father, God, for this time, for this knowing, for this opportunity, for all of our challenges. Thank you for everything, recognizing the one as all, as first cause of all that is, no matter what it looks like to us, no matter how imperfect. We trust, and we trust together, like being on the river of life with our rafts latched together. We trust together this process to take this ride, coming to understand that somehow in the largest of the largest pictures, in the largest of the canvases of life, it does all work together, and it's working together for our highest and best possible good. And for this knowing, we're grateful. And I release it, I let it be, and so it is. And so we do so welcome you to Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter. Whether you are here with us for the first time today, whether you are here with us every week, whether you're watching us on YouTube, you are what we are about, and we are grateful. And with that, we come into our opening song, In the Land of I Am, with Jennifer Burnett and the Mile High Choir.
too, but lies can be seen through in the land. You can't fall from grace in the land. You cannot be heard in the land. There's more than enough in the land. You're always at home, always at home, always at home, always at home, always at
Riding that wave right into our mission and vision. The mission of Louisville Center for Spiritual Living Teaching Chapter is to teach personal transformation as a virtual community, living the principles of science of mind and celebrating all paths to God, which leads to our vision of a world that honors and respects all people. And of course, we know all of this is only as good as actually supports you and changes your life. And so each week we have an application of what we believe, which is designed to be something that you work with, something that you talk to your friends and family about, something that you keep with you throughout the week. And this week, our application is: the people who help us grow toward true self offer unconditional love, neither judging us to be deficient nor trying to force us to change, but accepting us exactly as we are. It surrounds us with a charged force field that makes us want to grow from the inside out. That's actually from Parker Palmer in A Hidden Wholeness. And with that, I turn this over to Katrina for our sacred reading and meditation.
Thank you so much, Vicky. Our morning reading is from Reverend Dan Granda. We embark on a journey to explore the art of embracing imperfect practices. Instead of viewing practice as a fixed or repetitive routine, what if we shift our perspective to see it as a dynamic and ever-evolving process? This is about stepping outside of our comfort zones and embracing the challenges and imperfections that arise, not avoiding them. When we open ourselves to valuable learning experiences and unexpected breakthroughs, we delve into the wisdom of embracing vulnerability and fostering a growth mindset, empowering us to cultivate resilience and discover new dimensions of our spiritual journey. Our morning affirmation: I embrace imperfection, knowing it is the best part of life. For our morning contemplative meditation, go ahead and wiggle in your body softly, allowing your spine to come into alignment, placing your shoulders and allowing them to roll back into relaxation, and your body to release any tension. Feel free to close your eyes as we go into releasing any and all tension. Feel any and all tension releasing from every cell of your system and every aspect of your being. Feel the relaxation moving through your head, neck, back, and down your spine to your tailbone. Then continue to the tips of your toes. Feel your feet grounded on the floor and allow yourself to deeply connect to the earth's surface. Acknowledge the infinite presence of God within you. With ease, grace, and acceptance, allow compassion and vulnerability to be present right here and right now. In reflecting on your experiences, thoughts, and emotions, what are you aware of? Release any judgment or need for perfection. What do you notice? While reflecting on your life experiences, allow yourself to be raw, honest, and unfiltered, embracing the messiness and beauty of your journey. In this safe space, explore your vulnerabilities with compassion and acceptance. Take a nice, deep, revitalizing breath. In this safe space, celebrate your authentic self and embody self-love. Breathe in love and joy. Breathe out any attachment to perfection or ineffective thinking. Take a cleansing and refreshing breath. Bring your awareness to this moment. In this observation state, bring your awareness to what vulnerability means to you. How comfortable are you with being vulnerable and showing your imperfections to others? In what ways can embracing imperfection and authenticity contribute to your overall well-being and relationships? How does embracing imperfection impact your self-esteem, sense of fulfillment, and ability to connect with others on a deep level? Are there practical steps that can be taken to embrace your imperfections? How can I experience imperfection as a strength in every area of our lives? What steps can be taken to embody vulnerability safely? Envision fostering an environment where each person that crosses your life path feels valued and supported. Take a refreshing and revitalizing breath. Take a moment to express gratitude for the lessons learned through imperfection. This meditation can deepen self-awareness, foster self-acceptance, and cultivate a greater sense of connection to inner wisdom and the divine presence within you. Affirming again, I embrace imperfection, knowing it is the best part of life. In taking another deep and refreshing breath, breathe in compassion, vulnerability, gratitude, and love. Thank the infinite presence within for the insights and awarenesses revealed during this meditation. And so it is. Amen.
And so it is. So now I want to invite you all to our special music, and I wanted especially to introduce this today because there is a video that comes with the song, and in the video there is an example of how it is that we can look at our past and future selves and be judgmental. And so watch for this in Miss Piggy. Go ahead, Vernon.
Oh, she don't like her eggs all runny. She thinks the crossing her legs is funny. She looks down her nose at money. She makes a face when my jokes are punny. She's my baby, I'm her honey. Never gonna let her go.
Oh, he can't dance, but he still gets funky. He's a whacked out weirdo and a love bug junkie. Clears out a room when he's broken out of tune. Eats soup with a fork and spaghetti with a spoon. He takes a licking and keeps on ticking. Never gonna let him go.
In spite of ourselves, we'll end up sitting on a rainbow. Against all odds, honey, we're the big door prize. We're gonna spite our noses right off of our face.
Look, you see what I'm seeing?
See. Sparks are flying with the old pig,
Yep.
and the new pig is not having it.
Nope.
There won't be nothing but big old hearts dancing in our eyes.
Thank you.
So we just had a little living moment of imperfection there. And I hope you all enjoyed that as much as I did. So taking a little pause and allowing for that little reset. Now that's one of the things we can do when imperfection happens, is to just stop. Just stop and take a breath and truly let it in, let it flow by, and then hit the reset button and start right back where you would have been. So today, I offer you an opportunity to clear your mind and heart of any and all troublesome thoughts, feelings, and beliefs that you've lived with about the ideal of human perfection and your perceived imperfections. By the end of this service, I invite you to come away with a whole new take on it altogether. We're going to look at that through the lenses of Buddhism, Taoism, and science of mind. Ernest Holmes said, "There is a power at the center of your being so wonderful that it staggers the imagination, even to try to think about it." This is but one of Ernest Holmes' countless ways of identifying the seat of the soul, that wellspring of Dharma out of Buddhism. And last week, Reverend Tony spoke of our abundance being not any of the things that we tend to measure abundance by, He said our abundance comes from the source of a tranquil mind and peace in consciousness. It is from that center of being that abundance flows and manifests in form. All of these descriptions are in truth what is at the center of our being. Dharma, abundance, being in the flow of life, all the same invitation we have to live from within as first cause. So, what would it be like if you could experience yourself and your experiences of life without measuring it against anything? What if you practice being present to the current moment so consistently that you generally drop the tendency to compare the current moment to any expectations or setups by what has been before or what you thought something should be like coming forward into the future? In Zen Buddhism, this is called living from beginner's mind. So, what is beginner's mind? It's dropping our expectations and preconceived ideas about something and seeing things with an open mind, fresh eyes, like a beginner in whatever it is we might be doing, in a childlike way. So if you think about this, it could be anything. And it might at first seem extremely difficult to do. But there was a time when we first got here, we hadn't done anything. And so everything has a first. And if we can take our consciousness back to that place as if we had never done something before, to like the first time we learned it, there is that vulnerability because we don't know what to expect, and it might be a little confusing. However, you're also excited. You're also on the leading edge of something brand new. And curiosity, that's beginner's mind. And we can take any experience into beginner's mind. If you think about it, there's a colloquialism around like beginner's luck. And actually, beginner's luck is a real field of energy. If a person can take themselves into the space when they have felt beginner's luck before and say, I want some beginner's luck about this over here, even if I've done it before, maybe going to a job interview, or I know I've had beginner's luck playing games. Even if I've played a game before, if I can take myself back to the first time I ever played it, a lot of times, I mean, and you can feel the shift. If you think about it, in moments where you might have felt beginner's luck, just know that that's all a part of actually organically experiencing exactly what we're talking about here. Now, this next section is an explanation of living from beginner's mind. And actually, I took this from someone and then I couldn't find the source again. And so I'm saying author unknown, but this was not me. So he said, imagine if you could apply this to any activity. Take eating breakfast. You start by seeing the activity of eating with fresh eyes, as if you don't know exactly what to expect. Even if you've done it 1,000 times, practice this anyway. Really look at the food. Check out the bowl and the spoon. Try to see the details in a way that you might not have normally noticed, like maybe the little etching or the pattern on the utensils and the bowl. Truly notice the textures, tastes, and smells of whatever you're eating. Pay close attention as if you don't know what that's going to taste like. Everything seems new and full of wonder. Now, if we practice not taking anything for granted in this kind of way, it makes it so much more precious and so much more appreciated as part of our gift of life. And actually, that is the end of the quote back there when he was describing about being in full wonder. Now, clearly, this practice of beginner's mind transforms any activity. And I want to interject here. I am not talking about the idea that we're supposed to like do this all the time, like we never plan for the future and we never reflect on the past, because all of this stuff has its place. And one of the ways I describe it, it's like the ways that we live here, the constructs that we live in from consciousness on through form, are characters on a carousel, and the carousel goes up and down, and each of the characters, each of the things on the carousel have their place. And so we just kind of learn that it's all dancing together. But this, what we're talking about right now, is one very, very strong character on that carousel that we don't always have developed as much as could serve us. So one reason that beginner's mind is a foundation for changing our relationship to perfection in human terms is because the expectations of perfection are dependent on reflections on the past or projections on the future. You can't measure whether or not you had the experience of something being perfect unless you're in the zone. And when you're in the zone, you're not thinking about it. I mean, when you're in the zone and you hit that, basket or whatever it is, like the sports people talk about, that is a deeper thing. And that just happens and you're not thinking about it. But the kind of projection on perfection that gives us a hard time, we think about, oh, I did it better last time, and I thought I was going to do it better this time, but I screwed up. That's not being in the zone. That's being caught up in your head in the kind of way that can be detrimental, particularly if it's a default position that we take with ourselves. So this is one reason why Ernest Holmes knew it was important to emphasize that creative principle, the law through which all of this comes, is not bound by precedent. I'm going to say that again. Ernest Holmes said, creative principle is not bound by precedent. And that means that when we interact with the law, with consciousness, anything is possible, and it doesn't particularly matter necessarily how it happened before when we open ourselves up to that pure potential in spirit. So, beginner's mind involves living now in the current moment, but also involves being unencumbered by any cause for doubt. When we're not reflecting on what we're afraid might not happen or might happen, and we're not concerned about measuring up to something that happened before, we don't have any cause for doubt. It's the art of going into something as if we have no prior experience or idea or opinion about it at all. So your consciousness is free to engage anything that's possible. The most awesome true story I ever heard of beginner's mind thinking is the story out of Berkeley University. There's a student named George Danzig who recounted the feat of something that he did in college that got published in like the Universal Mathematics Journal. He said, it happened because during my first year at Berkeley, I arrived late one day to class, Mr. Nyman's class. On the blackboard were two problems that I had assumed were being assigned as homework, so I copied them down. A few days later, I apologized to my instructor for taking so long to do the work. The problem seemed to be a little harder than usual, and it took me a while. I asked him if he still wanted it. He said, throw it on my desk. So I did, and I thought perhaps it would be lost in the heap of papers that he had there, so I let it go after that. And about 6 weeks later, on a Sunday morning about 8 o'clock, my wife and I were awakened by a banging on the door. It was Mr. Nyman. He rushed in with papers in his hand, all excited. I've just written an introduction to one of your papers. I need you to read it so I can publish it right away. I had no idea what he was talking about. The problems on the blackboard that I had solved, thinking they were homework, were in fact two famous unsolved problems in statistics. That was the first inkling I had that there was anything special about them or what I did with them. A year later, when I began to worry about my thesis, Mr. Nyman shrugged and said, wrap up those two problems in a binder and that's your thesis. So, notice, when a person is living from the place of beginner's mind, the outer conditions of what is happening might appear to be unlikely to succeed. It might appear really imperfect. They might appear chaotic. Yet somehow everything comes up sunshine and rainbows, like Miss Piggy and Kermit sang in their song. And just for an idea, like the character Forrest Gump, that whole movie is an explication of beginner's mind. And I know that it starts out with this idea like he is highly challenged cognitively, but that's not the point. The point is, if we can recognize we can be spiritually brilliant, we can shine all of our brilliance, we can be brilliant in mind, and we can still approach things with the simplicity of a child's mind. And so now we're going to look at a little bit of the Tao of Pooh and the uncarved block, and I'm going to let this video speak for itself. So Vernon, if you would play the video, please.
When you discard arrogance, complexity, and a few other things that get in the way, sooner or later you will discover that simple, childlike, and mysterious secret known to those of the uncarved block. Benjamin Hoff. Winnie the Pooh is a childhood favorite for so many people, myself included. This story follows Christopher Robin, a bear named Pooh, and a band of friends through various adventures in their forest homes. In the Tao of Pooh, author Benjamin Hoff takes these characters and uses them to teach 6 important principles of the Chinese philosophy of Taoism. Taoism is based on eliminating preconceived notions about how life should be and lets the natural order of the universe guide us. By letting your mind be carried by that power within you and nature, you can find contentment and joy in simple living. The first concept is the Tao of Pooh. Taoism teaches that all things in their original state carry their own natural power. Think of the majesty of a forest full of trees standing tall, or the power of waves in the ocean. This concept is also referred to as the uncarved block in Taoism. Pooh is happy because he lives simply. He is the epitome of an uncarved block. He goes about his days in a very routine way, rarely questioning why things are and enjoying the little things, like a pot of honey. Pooh is the hero in this story, a significant fact considering there are many smarter, more clever characters. Simplicity is a great virtue, according to the Taoists. Concept 2, Coddleston Pie. There is no one in the world exactly like you. There are things that differentiate you from every single other being on the entire planet. The Taoists celebrate this ideal of inner nature and celebrate the uniqueness that will bring to the world. In the story of Pooh, the song Coddleston Pie has 3 main lines that point out the principles of inner nature. Number 1, a fly can't bird, but a bird can fly. Everything, people, birds, trees, they each have a purpose in this world. When we try and be something that we aren't, we end up in jobs, relationships, or places that aren't good for us. Be who you are supposed to be. Number 2, a fish can't whistle, and neither can I. This one talks about limitations. Forcing yourself into a job that is well above your skill doesn't help you or the person that hired you. In the world of Pooh, Tigger swears that he can climb trees better than Pooh, only to get stuck at the top of a tree, needing rescue. Number 3, why does a chicken? I don't know why. Accept the unknowable. While science has done an amazing job of finding answers to many human questions, there are still many things that are without explanation. Not only that, but you will never have the answers to every question that you have in life. Accepting this allows you to be at peace with having questions and not answers. Concept 3, Wu Wei, the Pooh Way. Think of Wu Wei as a tide coming into a beach. The water doesn't try to move up the beach or recede later the same day. It just does. Wu Wei is acting without expending energy or struggle. Combining this principle with that of the inner nature, you spend time putting pegs into correctly shaped holes. Thinking too much results in analyzing the different shapes, pegs, and holes. Cleverness will lead you to trying to force pegs into places that you don't belong, just to prove that you can. Putting a peg into a hole where it fits requires no effort at all. It's as simple as Coddleston Pie. Concept 4, the antithesis of Wu Wei. We all know someone who simply can't sit still. They have to be pacing, cleaning, walking, or fidgeting, or they seemingly go crazy. At work, these people are always searching for more. The next raise, the next project, the next victory. The problem with this is that the natural rhythm of life becomes distorted or even ignored. When you don't get that new job, that raise, or there are no more new projects, it is easy to feel like you aren't enough, like something is missing. The Taoists believe that in order to live a happy and healthy life, you must learn to slow down and to embrace Wu Wei. Concept 5, the snowball effect. The first step in any adventure, project, or journey is to believe in yourself. Until you do this, the world cannot help you succeed and build momentum using your own Tao. This comes from understanding yourself and your gifts and limitations. By believing in your gifts and understanding your limitations, you can pursue the opportunities that fit your skill set, while letting things that don't fit in your life go. And the final concept, the empty mind. Many Eastern religions and philosophies incorporate the value of the empty mind. This is especially important in our world full of status updates, likes, comments, and news, all designed to distract us and fill our heads with somebody else's agenda. An empty mind is able to hear a bird sing and simply enjoy the song. A full mind will try and figure out what type of bird is singing or where it is. Meditation is a great way to practice an empty mind, and many people have embraced the practice to help clear the noise. Remember, when you discard arrogance, complexity, and a few other things that get in the way, sooner or later you will discover that simple childlike and mysterious secret known to those of the uncarved block.
So let's just take a breath and let all that in. I know there were many, many points there, but it's just too perfect, and I wanted you all to see it. And now to follow this up, Spirit brought me an incredible and delightful synchronicity that brings all of this together, what we've talked about today, in a very delightful way. I was reviewing the video that we just saw. I was going through it and seeing what I wanted to do and seeing what I might say, following it, like right now. And I got curious about the origin of the term Coddleston pie, because all the things said there, I thought, that Coddleston pie thing, I just think I need to be able to maybe say a little bit more about that. So as I looked it up, the very first thing that popped up in response was this. And go ahead and play the video, Vernon.
When I was a puppy, I used to enjoy reading about Winnie the Pooh. He's a bear, like Fozzie Bear, but, well, not very much like Fozzie Bear. This is a song he would sing when somebody would say something he didn't quite understand. He could have said, "What?" or "I beg your pardon." But Pooh would instead sing this song, which he made up for singing when his brain felt fluffy. It was like this. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. A fly can't bird, but a bird can fly. Ask me a riddle, and I reply. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. Now this is where the song changes key, what we call a modulation. That's G-sharp minor. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. A fish can't whistle, and neither can I. Ask me a riddle, and I reply. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie. Why does a chicken? I don't know why. Ask me a riddle, and I reply. Coddleston, Coddleston, Coddleston pie.
When that kind of divine alignment happens, that's when you can know you're right on track in spirit, and the flow about whatever is involved is in synchronicity. We might not know in advance exactly what all is coming. Like right now, I have no idea how all of this is striking you, but I will tell you what, when I put in that little request into the search box, and that is the very first thing that popped up right after I had chosen special music with Kermit and Miss Piggy, I was like, that's it. I don't know exactly what's happening here, but I am going with it. So when I have said to you guys before, when things like that happen, make the highest meaning of it you possibly can. This is my way of making the highest meaning. And so, next slide, please, Vernon. Just in recapping, okay, the potential for imperfection is an integral part of express perfection. There's always going to be the high side of what we experience in human form, like the whole white side, consciousness and light and joy and love and all of that. And there's always going to be that one thing, I mean, we might have a moment of perfection, but then we usually come up with just if that one thing, it would have been perfect if except for that one thing. And then on the other side, dark night of the soul, sun comes up, sun goes down. It's going to happen. And when we're in the dark, then it's like, oh, but then there was that one friend or that one hug or that one something that brought the sunshine. And that's the balance. And the thing to remember is this whole process is always moving. Okay. And we, having conscious choice, we can slow it down. We can take our moments of stillness to stay in balance. But the overall process, the overall creative process is doing all of this all at the same time. Go ahead, Vernon.
Hello, Christopher Robin.
Winnie the Pooh speaks a lot of truth. He's got a great philosophy on life.
People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day.
No, Pooh, that's not the... Oh, never mind.
Christopher Robin, his focus shouldn't be on work and work and work. It should actually be on things that are important to him.
I'm not a child anymore. I'm an adult with responsibilities.
Well, that doesn't sound like fun.
Well, I think all the other characters help him to realise he's living his life in the wrong direction.
Doing nothing often leads to the very best of something.
Pooh represents living the moment and appreciating that life is happening to you not somewhere else but here.
I always get to where I'm going by walking away from where I have been.
It's about something that we could all use a bit of at the moment. Slowing things down and realising what's important in our lives. Who is the great philosopher, you know?
So having said it all and knowing that it's already done, still, we take that time to pause and shift into the opportunity for affirmative prayer, recognizing the one life, the one love, the one law from the perspective of that deep and profound well of gratitude paid forward. Thank you, thank you, thank you, God, for what we know and understand and for what we don't know and we don't understand. Trusting all of this and more from that place of that deep well that is the point of first cause within each of us and binding us together as one. I release it, I let it be, and so it is.
And so it is. So our prosperity quote for the month that we affirm on a regular basis is, I choose prosperity as my way of life today, guiding my thoughts, feelings, and actions. So first off, I'd like to thank you for your time, talents, and treasures that you offer to the Lowellville Center for Spiritual Living. Your presence with us is a gift. There are ways to contribute to our community that are mentioned in the chat. But I'd also like to share with you the mailing, if you want to mail checks to the Louisville Center for Spiritual Living, P.O. Box 43958, Louisville, Kentucky 40253. And I pass this blessing to Vicky so that she can bless the offerings and the gifts that each of you give us.
And oh my goodness, I was so taken. I actually forgot to present the basket as Katrina was walking us through prosperity, and Vernon's just cracking up now. I think he might have been trying to signal me and I didn't get it. But here we are. There again, trusting the process of imperfection. I just know and declare right here and right now that this continuous flow, that wave of the yin and the yang, is flowing right through this basket with everything everybody brings to this community. And I simply in this moment say yes. And I invite each of you, just say yes to everything that is in your heart and mind right now on behalf of your life and on behalf of our shared experience of this life together. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so we let it be, and so it is. And I am today going to take up our announcements because there's a little bit of uniqueness going on, and it's a little bit easier than asking our practitioner of the week. Go ahead, Vernon. Well, and plus, I didn't even think about this. This is perfect because it's a little difficult to highlight yourself as next week's speaker. And I get to now say that our next week's speaker is Miss Katrina Doro. Sunday, July the 28th, join us. She will be wrapping up our series on imperfection and perfection by explaining being perfectly imperfect. It is an expansive experience. And so upcoming is our next in-person, and it's happening on the 3rd and 4th of August. And I'm going to turn this over now to our wonderful, wonderful host, the queen of the treehouse, Miss Joan Durbin.
Hi, beautiful people. So I'm really excited about, it's 2 weeks, so we're getting there. It's going to be so fun to see everybody. A couple of things. It will be hot here more than likely. Those of you coming in from out of state and hanging around the treehouse a lot. My neighbor does have a pool, and I have another neighbor that we have access to their pool if we do get time to relax. So you may want to bring your swimsuit. Let's see. The gathering Sunday, we're going to have a beach theme. Just pretend you're on the beach. So if you would like to wear a beachy shirt or a summer beachy dress or skirt, please do. Our treehouse, I have a walkout ranch, and so I do have steps that go down to the basement. If any of you all feel like you don't want to do steps, we can, some people can stay upstairs and some people can be downstairs. So I just wanted everybody to know that. Just in case you come and you're thinking, man, I don't know if I can do those stairs. There is a little bit of a grass walkway around the side of my house where you can come in the back too. And I am going to get a ham. And Vicky told me she's making pinto beans. I think Susan's bringing shrimp cocktail. Just an idea of what we're having that afternoon, Sunday afternoon. And let's see. As far as, I know usually when I travel, I kind of like to know what to pack. And as far as going out here, mostly it's just casual summer wear. If you're going to Captain's Quarters Saturday night, you're going to love it. And it's casual summer dress. I think I'm wearing a casual maxi dress. You can wear pants, you can wear shorts, just so you know that, what to pack. And, Vicky had suggested if anybody wanted to bring an instrument, drumming or anything for Sunday afternoon, feel welcome. I will have cards. We can play cards and dominoes, other games if we want to. If you have a game and you want to bring it, that's fine. And I think that's it. If you have any questions at all, you can call me or email me. And I hope everybody gets to join us one way or the other. Thank you.
Thank you, Joan. So I know you guys can see the details of the different things are on the screen right now. I just want to emphasize that on Saturday, the women's gathering and the men's gathering are both at 1 o'clock. The start at 1 o'clock, they go from 1 to 3:30. The women's gathering will be at Joan's house. The men's gathering is happening at Steve Smuskowitz's, and Susan can help you with any more information about Steve's. For any of our guys, we would like all of you to feel welcome to attend. It's a rare opportunity. I know Steve is excited because Steve is a standing member of our community, and he has been the host of the in-person men's groups. He doesn't care for Zoom. So this is very important to him because he actually gets to be with us. And then that evening, going to captain's quarters at 5 o'clock is the time. 5 o'clock Eastern is the time for captain's quarters. And then on Sunday, after service, understand, Sunday service is going to be the same as exactly what we're doing right here. Reverend Rick is going to be our speaker, and then he's going to join us at Joan's Sunday afternoon, which is a whole nother just awesome thing. And Joan is requesting that people start arriving, like leave this area, wherever your home is, sometime after 3, getting to her house by about 4 o'clock. And so the event on Sunday is going to go from 4 o'clock on into the evening, but wrapping up by about 8 o'clock. So if you have questions, let us know. It would be wonderful to get some idea of who's coming to the different events, so we kind of know what to plan for, like with the restaurant and at Joan's and so forth. If you can, let us know if you plan on coming. And I think that'll do it. So Miss Samantha and I would like everyone to know that the social hour has picked up some momentum. We now have a second person who is joining us rather regularly. Miss Melba Harris has taken to being with us. And all of us know who are there and have done this know that this could serve so many people. The kinds of things we reflect on, the prayer support, and just being together. If you know anyone who could be served by a midweek, midday, mid-morning thing, come and try this out because it's really a powerful deal. Every Wednesday, 11 o'clock Eastern time on this Zoom. Go ahead, Vernon. So first, a couple weeks ago, we announced that some of our summer tithing has come in a little short, and you guys have really responded. We're so grateful for everyone who has been able to give. And I also just want to let you know, this is extraordinary. We pay our insurance once a year, and I paid it this month for $936.87. It would be wonderful if we had a little extra inflow, and you don't have to specially designate it at all. I'm not worried about that, but because we do not normally pay an extra $930 in 1 month, it's just interesting for the balance of what's coming in and going out of our bank account. And I wanted to make you all aware of that. So go ahead, Vernon. And now, of course, we want to invite you to stay after the benediction for sharing time. And you are magnificent. Now, our closing song is We Are the World from the African Age Project. Just these wonderful singers. Go ahead, Vernon.
There comes a time when we heed a certain call, when the world must come together as one. There are people dying. Oh, when it's time to lend a hand to life, the greatest gift of all. We can't go on will change. We all a part of God's great big family. And the truth, you know, love is all we need. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
There's a choice we're making. We're saving our own lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me. Well, send them your heart so they know that someone cares, and their lives will be
Stronger and free, as God has shown us, by turning stone to bread. And so we all must lend a helping hand. We are the world. We are the children.
We are the one to make a brighter day, so let's start giving.
Oh, there's a choice we're making. We're saving our lives. It's true, we make a better day, just you and me.
When you're down and out, and there seems no hope at all.
But if you just believe, there's nowhere we can fall.
Well, let's realize, oh, that a change can only come when we
Stand together as one. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving.
And our benediction for today, saying it for yourself as you choose. Faith is a state of mystery where we find the courage to believe in what we cannot see and the strength to let go of our fear of uncertainty.